Thanks for staying with us. Okay, we previewed at the beginning of the show. This is my favorite day. It always is.
Yes, it is.
Kentucky Down Under Adventure Zoo is a place where you can see animals from the other side of the world. You don't even have to get on a plane. We have the Director of Animal Management, Mick McGill, here with a few of his animal friends. You've already met Weston. Thank you so much for being here.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
No. Thank you for coming. Everybody in the studio, I mean, it's just like a little baby doll here. We met Weston, but tell us about kangaroos in general.
So kangaroos, I always refer to them as Australia's deer. We have a lot of kangaroos in Australia. There's 75 million. One of the things I love particularly about Kentucky Down Under Zoo is I'm from South Australia, and I have never pet a kangaroo in my entire life. And I doubt that many people can say they have, but at the zoo we have 30 of them.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually come out and you can pet them, you can feed them. They're all incredibly friendly. I've got ones from Jonas here, and this is a red kangaroo in particular, and they're the largest species of kangaroo. He starts off at about this big, right, when he's born.
About an inch?
About an inch,
Wow.
like a jelly bean is a good render
Wow.
for him. And so here he's about 6 months, but he'll actually grow to 6.5 feet tall being a red kangaroo.
Wow.
One of these days, like he's looking up to me right now, one of these days I'm going to be looking right up at him trying to...
Hoping he doesn't punch you, right?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'm hoping he doesn't, but...
Aw, he is a sweetheart.
He is so docile. He just wants somebody to pet him.
I know.
And just lays his head down as soon as you do that. Is that how they are out in the wild?
No, in the wild, it's like a lot of other wild animals. You know, they're skittish. They can be aggressive during mating season. Certainly, kangaroos are quite known for that. But when you take them and you raise them at home, it's amazing just how friendly and docile they can be. And this little fella does come home with me. I have him because he was actually a twin. And because of that, the mother rejected him from the pouch.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of in the wild. He would have passed away. Of course, he was born at the zoo. And now I turned into mum.
Yeah, well, he just kind of owns it. I love how he just like chills. He just expects to be coddled a little bit.
He loves it. He lays his head back and just lets you scratch under his neck and his chest
he's
like
not
that.
spoiled at all.
No, not at all.
Absolutely not. No.
So this is an outreach program that you
It's
do.
part of it. We do outreach programs at the zoo. And what we do with there is people will call the zoo and they'll book usually schools, libraries, churches, things like that. And we'll actually travel with the animals to your location. So we go up to Lexington, down to Nashville, and everywhere in between.
Yeah, that's great.
Super cool. Well, the zoo itself, you talked about we can actually go in, because you're so right. In the wild, we're never going to touch a kangaroo. You're from there. They're kind of a nuisance there, aren't they?
Yeah, they kind of are. You know, they're those animals that you see, the farmers, that, you know, and they're complaining, the kangaroos all ate all my corn, whatever it might be, soy, whatever.
But talk about the zoo. We can get in there, see them, pet them.
Kentucky Down Under is so unique, and what we try to strive for there is interaction with the animals.
Okay.
And, you know, you go to different zoos and you see the animals and they're about half a mile away, or they're off exhibit or whatever. At Kentucky Down Under, you actually get to pet the animals. We do animal shows where a zookeeper will bring out and do a 30-minute presentation where you actually get to pet them, learn about them. We've got the kangaroo exhibit where you get to go in and pet all 30 of them if you like.
Right.
And just different areas of the zoo like that. We try to be as interactive as possible with, of course, the safety of the animals and the safety of the customer.
Exactly. I mean, you never get an opportunity. When do you ever get an opportunity
every day
to pet? I know you do. None of us do. But, you know, all of our friends out there, I mean, they would love this. I mean, there's so many people that would love to see.
He's really soft.
He really is.
All right, Nick, kangaroo's not the only things that you have at the zoo. You brought another visitor for us.
I did, so I'm going to hand Weston off here to you.
Oh, I will gladly take Weston. Hi, baby
and this one's a little bit different, a little bit of a...
Oh, look at him. I think he likes you.
Big boy.
Look at him.
Oh, God.
All right, what do we have here?
Oh, he is so cool. I love it.
This little one is Spike, and Spike is an African crested porcupine. Now, Spike here is actually still a baby. He's quite large still right now. He's certainly growing very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But he's going to be about 100 pounds when he's full grown.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to take me everything just to lift him up out of there. I probably won't be bringing him with me anymore.
He is adorable. I mean, everything on him is spiky, too. Look at his hair and his whiskers are all spread out.
What's happening is, as he's growing older, when we first got him, he was about this big.
Yeah.
It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little fella. And as he's getting older, he's actually developing his quills now.
Right.
And the more he eats, the older he gets, the more his quills will strengthen up. So right now they're getting to they're getting a pretty good size. He's fun to hold, especially without leather. But
oh, did you hear his little voice?
He makes noise.
Oh, he does.
Is it
oh,
okay
yeah.
if he's eating my hair, by the way? Is that a normal?
I think
It's fine for him. I'll tell you. I mean, I used to have a nice full beard, and then he just started chewing it away.
Hey, I needed a new summer look.
there we go.
So porcupines, I mean, he's kind of chill. Is that normal?
No.
Okay.
It's the same as the kangaroos in the wild. You're certainly not going to want to, go up to him and, g'day mate, how are you? But with him being hand raised, specifically by me at home, he's used to me. He thinks I'm his mother. He thinks I'm going to. He knows that if I'm with him, he's okay. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's not going to get hurt.
Can I pet him?
You can. Now, when you pet him, for very obvious reasons, don't pet upwards, okay?
I wonder why.
It's always a mystery, but you can certainly absolutely just pet him down his head, just like that.
Just having a hair day with that, huh?
Wow. Now, and he's wiry. He feels very wiry.
He does,
like that.
Feels very wiry.
Yeah.
And these will all here, what you're seeing is these are going to be quills when he's full grown.
Oh, are they really?
They will be. They'll be just like the ones on his back, but he's going to have 30,000 of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, tell us about porcupines. Can they shoot their quills out? How does this work?
They can't. Okay, so the biggest misconception with porcupines is that they shoot their quills. They do not do that. No porcupines do. But
word to the wise.
Yes,
there we go.
It's always the number one thing. Oh my goodness, they're going to shoot me with their quills. I promise you he won't. But what they do is he's going to flare all of his quills out, kind of like puffing himself out.
When he's threatened.
Yeah, when he's threatened, or really grumpy, or if I'm anywhere near his food. But he will actually then, at that point, run backwards into you, and that's where the damage comes from.
Oh.
Because these animals, you got to imagine, you've got a 100-pound animal that's built like a tank, and they're running backwards towards you.
Right. Oh.
So when they back it up and turn around, you want to run.
Oh, you're done at that point. You get out of there.
You got to fly.
Can you get the quills out once
You
they're...
can. They are barbed. This specific species of porcupine actually has barbed quills, which makes it really fun. I got quilled the other day by him.
That's not fun.
And it's a blast, typical day.
But they don't just do that to do that. It's when they're threatened.
It's when they're threatened. In this case, he does lay down his quills for me. He thinks I'm his mother, so he does go out of his way to protect me, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
But, accidents happen.
What do porcupines eat?
He doesn't stop eating, for starters. Porcupines have a voracious appetite, and they'll eat things like vegetables, fruits, anything that's really hard. But what's really unique is, and they do this to build up their quills, is they'll chew on bones. And they get the calcium out of bones. So you'll often see, if you see a porcupine den in the wild, you're going to go in there, it's going to be covered in bones, you're going to think it's a meat-eating animal. It's actually probably a porcupine using the calcium from those bones to strengthen their quills.
So they scavenge that out in the woods,
do,
and they bring the bones back to their den?
They'll bring them back, and then they'll usually find like a lion kill or something like that.
Wow.
Then they'll bring the bones back.
Can
but
we
they
just
won't
say,
eat meat.
don't go in the porcupine den?
Yeah,
That's probably
maybe
your
maybe
best
best.
piece of
Avoid.
advice.
If you see a giant hole in the ground and you're in Africa, probably just leave it be.
Right.
Mick, it's so cool that you do this. Why is it so important that people get up and close and personal with these animals?
Well, it's part of the conversation effort. We want people to learn about these animals and know about them, because these animals in particular are actually a threatened species. Now, while kangaroos aren't, they're absolutely adorable. But we want to educate people about them. We want people to be aware that, hey, this animal here, his name's Spike, he's really cute. Maybe we should work on trying to protect them overseas.
Exactly.
Save them overseas,
You
exactly.
do a great
You
job
really
with that.
do.
Where's your website?
It's KentuckyDownUnder.com.
All right, we're going to be right back with all these guys. Don't leave, because there's more of the cuteness. Midday will be right back.